listening to AchieveRadio.com, the positive side of broadcasting.
Ann Marie, and you are listening to Achieve Internet Spiritual Holistic Radio. I am so sorry that we had a late start today, but you know how the internet goes. Today, I wanted to explain who and what I am a little bit. I am an intuitive, not only tarot reader, but life symbology reader. That means that I am very good at accessing into the messages that my gut kind of gets into me and tells me what's going on in your life, in my life. I started out with my life and the long process of being an indigo child and learning how to function as an indigo and realizing that my dysfunction was actually a blessing. So I am here now to share my gift because I believe all spiritualists, especially the ones that charge money, because it's okay to pay for the service of spirituality, because every church minister does when he goes into a church. He is basically charging a fee for being able to preach in that church. So when you get a spiritual reading, remember that you pay for the quality that you get. Oftentimes, people that are beginners or dabblers will charge nothing for a reading, and that is because they are not necessarily very experienced at it. When you get a reading with me, you get over 40 years of reading experience as well. I started reading in 1971 or 2, and I have been following my passion, following my greatest excitement towards reading for you. So thrilled that I'm able to understand why life has been so complicated, and why when you open up and expand and realize that the world around you is speaking to you from the most common little things, that I began to realize that it went lickety-split and very, very fast when I started picking up tarot. Tarot is the tool for many intuitives. There is always some kind of tool that people use. I think the Long Island Psychic uses a piece of paper and a pen. In my business of reading and my channeling, I use symbols, and for me, when I read tarot, I very seldom look more than a second at what I am reading on, knowing that I can give you a fast connection. And today I would like to help you look at what your life mission is, especially what is your life purpose, your life calling. There will be many times in your life that you change your calling in life. But if you ignore what your passion, your excitement is, what will happen is that pretty soon it will drift away and a new calling will come, a new mission. It's important also to remember that your mission is different than your love life. Your love life is here to enhance your life, but it is not your life mission. Your life mission is to love as many things in this life as you can, and to experience fully your blessing, your gift of life. Now, one of the things that I wanted to discuss today is we have The Alchemist that I wanted to discuss today by Paulo Coelho, and he is somebody that wrote a book many, many years ago. And it's a wonderful story that he has also taken into a life mission for himself. Many people are now have many celebrities, many people that are successful have read this book and found that they can be able to follow their excitement, follow their heart messages, and through reading and following the symbology around them, through the birds around them through the most simple things, and learning that those are profound messages to you every single day. So I wanted today to read on your life legend, your life calling. And if you find that there is more than your life than what you feel is coming through in your everyday life, let's look at it. Let's read on it. Let's find out what it is that your calling in life is. Now remember, life is a mystery. It is my belief that there are a million gurus out there trying to tell us how to live our lives, how to live, and read the spiritual essence and following that they teach. But also it's important to remember that they are all like seasonings for your food. They help life to be more exciting. They help life to give you more meaning. But if you should find that in the process you're doing quite well on your own, honor it. And what is my doing as a reader? I am certainly not telling you how to live your life. What I'm doing is looking at what it is that comes through connecting my angels to your angels, and looking at that and helping you to maybe sort through some of the feelings of confusion you may be having right now. So we have a few people in our room, and we have, and I do want to encourage everyone to call in if you possibly can. And the number is 602-666-6027. And be sure to click on *5 when I hear your voice. It resonates like 1,000 bells for me, and I can be able to give you an even better reading when I do that. So we're going to start with an in quick, and then we're going to go to Chris from Tennessee, and then we're going to go back to Massachusetts, and we're going to go to Jen, and we've got Mara, and we have also Susanna from Texas, and I think that I'm not sure, but we have a few people here. So we have 6 total in quick messages, and that's what we're going to go for. And so we're going to start with Mara, who says, "Hello, Ann Marie. I am thinking about getting done the job I am now doing, and I want to start something spiritual. Do you see this as something good to do now or wait?" Well, again, I am going to give you a little bit of a meditation here. If you're listening, Mara, I would like you and anybody else that is listening today, Lena, hello, everybody that is listening, I would like you to try, Renee, that close your eyes for just maybe 30 seconds and ask yourself, what do my angels need me to know today? And then just kind of internalize that without analyzing it. Now, at the count of 3, I want you to open your eyes and tell me the first thing that your eyes land on. That is going to be your symbology from your angels. 1, 2, 3. Okay, open your eyes. If there is something you're looking at from as simple as a plain wall, what color is it? What texture is it? Is there a picture on it? What is the picture of? Is it a light switch? What do light switches mean to you? What you're going to do is read symbology, which symbology means that if I look at the letter A is nothing but sticks and another stick crossing it. But when I learn how to read, that A becomes the sound eh or eh. So this is what you're doing. You're opening up and blossoming to realize what that symbol that you're looking at. So I'm going to look at, again, Mara. And Mara says, what should she quit her job now and start something spiritual? But I think most of all what we're going to do is do life purpose readings. So Mara, the first thing I'm going to do looking at you is spiritually, what is it that is your life legend, spiritual purpose on this earth at this time? Now, the first thing that comes up, Mara, shows generosity. That means that money will be positively coming towards you as long as you allow yourself to be generous to others. Now, how does that fit into your spiritual life? I guess I would say that anything that has to do with healing or counseling or reading for people that you love and care about, those are the things that you are going to find are your way of expressing generosity to the people around you. And generosity is the same as love. Now, I loved one of the things I heard on, Soul for the Oprah's Soul show, and when she was talking to the author of The Alchemist, he said, when we all, no one knows what the mystery of life is. It is a mystery, and it's going to continue to be a mystery until the day we die. But remember, it's okay to let life be a mystery. You don't have to know. You don't have to know. Just follow your heart. Follow the direction your heart takes you. As long as you're following your heart, the author of this book says what he believes will happen is that when you meet God, well, he will not ask how many things did you do and what did you do right and what did you do wrong. He'll ask, did you love? Did you embrace life fully? Did you follow your passion? And if you say yes, and you feel you did, then you'll go to the higher level. And if you say no, well, then you'll kind of stay in limbo. So remember, your job is to follow your passion, follow your mission in life, follow your calling. That is your life legend. So Mara, your life legend, your life mission is seen to follow your spirituality into the direction of counseling or giving some kind of healing to others that you excel in. And if you don't excel in it, my goodness, make sure that you take classes or you are experienced in it. Spirituality can also be working for your community in a way that shows your generosity to those that need you. If you do not care to go into lessons or experience, teaching or readings or whatever, there are many ways to follow it. So generosity is yours. So should you quit now, you should do it alongside it. Never quit your job. Never quit your job, Mara, to go immediately into spirituality. Do not go into spirituality thinking you're going to be a wealthy woman. It is not going to happen. Spirituality is of the generosity of your heart. And you are going to end up probably finding that you have a meager existence or one in which you are breaking even, unless you're a guru of some sort. But the main thing is that there cannot be many Oprahs. There cannot be many different kinds of gurus. Those people are following their mission of teaching. But there's many, many kinds of generous spiritualisms. And that's what I see for you, Mara. Okay, I'm going to go into Chris. Hello, Chris. How are you today? Hi, Chris.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you, baby? Take care today. Yes, what's going on?
Same old, been working.
Same old. Shall I look at what's your life mission? What's that?
Two small questions.
You can ask a question if you want. Or I can just give you. How about if I just look at what is your life legend? What is your calling in this life? Shall I look at that, Chris?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Chris, if I look at what is your calling in this life and looking at connecting my angels with your angels, and your reading says your calling in this life is to, it says, understand that by being less sensitive, you have been born with an unusual amount of sensitivity. But there is so much sensitivity going on within you that sometimes it makes you feel lonely, or it makes you feel as if it's difficult to be around people because you become so sensitive. Your life mission in this world is to take all that sensitivity, all that angel frequency that you have, and learn how to be strong and confident by learning to block when you're analyzing how people feel about you and you're thinking about how people see you. It may be that you are experiencing a very valuable test or lesson in this life, because perhaps in another life you were somebody that was opposite. Maybe you were the king, or you were somebody that did not have enough compassion for others. So it's now like you are being given the other direction, being the sensitive one, being the one that feels like you are sometimes judged by other people. It's kind of like an opposite of your last life. So what your reading is saying is that your lesson in this life is to fully embrace your life, the sensitivity that you're being given, and say, okay, God, I understand. I understand that I am being taught a lesson, that I have to know how to live both kinds of living. I have to be maybe in a past life the asshole, and now in this life I have to be the person that feels like I get stepped on. So I want you to be strong. I want you to not be so sensitive, and I want you to get, just brace up yourself and just be very, very confident that you are living your purpose as God wants you to, and that through it you're going to help others in life. So if things seem
Ann Marie.
difficult, yes,
Ann Marie.
yes.
I want to
Can you hear
know,
me?
do you see moving out soon, kind of soon?
Do I see what, sweetie?
Do you see moving out anytime soon?
Like someone, do I see you moving?
I said, do you see moving, like moving out of his house? I'm going into some last house soon.
I don't know, baby. What I see is that you have many blessings coming in your life yet, but you're going through a hard time. And I feel that there is going to be a sense that you are going to be moving or doing different things, more likely in, I'm going to say, September, October, December and January is when I see the blessings of someone that cares about you and will be taking special attention to you, and possibly a move in that time. But it seems to be more around Christmas time or around the winter time. Right now, just be strong, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Bye, Chris.
Bye.
All right, so we are going to go to Kathy from Maryland. Kathy says, hello, Ann Marie. I would like to know if I should... Oh, Yep, Kathy, if she should stay with her job or she should start looking for something else. I don't feel that people like me. Thanks. And Renee, I will get to you after this reading. And I guess, Kathy, if I look at I would like to look at how the people really feel around you, or if maybe like Chris, you're being awfully sensitive. And if I look at that, what comes through shows that at this particular time, I would say that people do like you, and that I do not see that. But I also feel that people each have their own life, Kathy, and that you maybe had a past where people were more receptive to you, and for whatever reason, they're acting differently now. As you get older, you're realizing that people are lost in their own life journey. And it seems that sometimes they're cold. I don't see that they don't like you. I just see them being cold. And my feeling is that they do like you. They aren't somebody that is against you, but neither are they someone that is going to go out of their way for you. So should you leave just because you feel that people are ignoring you? If I look at that, your reading shows. And remember, I cannot tell you what to do. I can tell you what I see. And your reading says, not yet. Stay where you're at. And remember that it goes two ways, Kathy. If you aren't communicating with people, if you aren't going out of your way for people, if you aren't being honest with yourself that maybe this is a two-way mirror and that you don't necessarily like some of the people that are around you, and you're finding that it's easy to say, well, they don't like me, so I'm going to leave. I don't see that, Kathy. So I'm going to say I don't think you should leave yet. Your time for leaving seems to be better around September, October, November, December. I have February, March of 2015. So that's when I see your better open window. And what is your life purpose? What is your life legend in this that I see for you? It says your life mission is to be more ambitious, to be more aware of the symbols around you, and more aware that you cannot stop your life just because of how other people think. Follow your ambitions. Follow what you're excited about. Don't allow yourself to get into people aren't being supportive of me. Don't worry about that. They don't matter right now. Love what you're doing. Love the things that you are doing to make your own life journey more ambitious for you and to do what you want to do. But don't worry about who's applauding you or who's not applauding you. I can honestly tell you that there will be many times in life that people do not applaud you, but it doesn't mean that they're not paying attention. Okay, honey? That's what I see. All right, we're looking at Renee. Hello, Renee. How are you today?
Hi, Ann Marie. How are you?
I'm doing good, babe. What's going on?
Things are good. It's cooler, so I'm liking that a lot.
Oh, yeah, me too. I've got a Renaissance fair to do on October 4th and 5th, and I'm just a little nervous about that weather, but I'll bring lots of capes and, do what I can. But how about you? What are you looking at?
I think it's going to be good.
I think so, too. I think we'll have a late autumn that will make up for all this coldish weather, don't you? Do you feel that, too?
Yes. It'll be nice.
I do, too. Yep. Good.
We can all wait for the snow till January.
Yes, as long as we have snow. Everything needed a good snow blanket. What can I do for you today? Would you like me to look at your calling or your life life legend? Okay,
yes,
looking at Renee. Renee, when I look at your life legend, it says you are a visionary. And what that means is that you are very good at being able not getting worked up and excited when you start to have a plan. You're very good at being grounded. And it says your life mission in this world is to be respected, to be a visionary, and to be and to realize that you have to basically go after your dream and not worry about anything else. That's what I just see. If you are creative, if you are a writer, if you are somebody that sees a greater vision for your future, please go for it, because I think that if you don't, nobody else will. And I feel that God and everybody in your angel realm would be totally disappointed if you didn't continue to use that gift of being grounded and respectful of others, so that you can be all that you can be. So my feeling is you're a visionary, and you're somebody that is going to do something very unique in life. And what is it? I can't say, except that I believe that you're going to be very desired in the audience that you serve in the future. So that's what I have. Is there anything that excites you unusually, and especially high frequency? What is it you envision yourself doing?
There's a lot of things. I like to lecture, write books, be in the arts. There's a lot of things, and changing things that should have been changed a long time ago.
Do you find that there's one thing especially that you would like to change?
Yeah, how everything is run.
How everything is run?
Yeah.
That's a big agenda. I mean, because everything is a very large agenda. But I think that you can certainly, I would say, maybe turn that around to learning how to run your own life in a way that gives you maximum return, right?
Definitely.
So my sense is that learning to respect sometimes the people that you feel are running the show, even though you rather they not, I think will allow them to respect you back and give you more power and give you more of a listening ear, as long as you don't look down on them. So in other words, when you respect others, they respect you back, even when they're people that you don't necessarily like, that are making the rules. I think that there's a grounded quality about you that's very solid and has leadership qualities. So that's what I see.
Thank you so much, and it was a wonderful reading.
Thank you.
You enjoy your weekend coming up.
Thanks, Renee. Bye-bye.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye-bye.
We have Emily, and Emily says, there is a woman at work who is constantly harassing me. I don't know what to do. Do you see the situation changing anytime soon? Well, Emily, Emily is from Connecticut, and when I look at that, what comes through shows, I think the biggest problem is that jealousy and competitiveness. Emily, my feeling is that for whatever reason, she went into feeling like she was invisible and didn't matter. She saw you and saw that people trusted you. She saw you and saw your capabilities. She saw you and decided to treat you like you were crap. Because basically, she felt like you were getting more recognition than she was. So when you deal with her, remember that this is more about what it is that she's jealous of you of, and try to use reverse psychology. My sense is that this is not a woman that disrespects you. She's harassing you because she's jealous of you, or because she wants to be able to have some quality about you that she wants to own herself. So, will this change anytime soon, and how can you change it? And we all have to deal with the politics of work. It happens everywhere. So, how do you deal with the politics on this woman? And your reading says, most of all, you communicate with her and you be her friend. And you understand that any opportunity that she's not bitching or she's not being nasty, sometimes just being, trying not to shut her off and try to show her a little bit of special attention makes her feel that she rates and she's not invisible. And I know it seems like it's against your grain, but it's reverse psychology. And in most cases, I would say walk away from the person that is harassing you. But let's look at what your life purpose is and how that may be phasing this. And if I look at what is your life purpose, Emily, and look at how does it affect possibly what's going on at this woman, it says one of the things in your life purpose that you're supposed to be dealing with is how sometimes you have issues with people in your life, and that they have often got qualities that you don't like about yourself. Your reading shows that it's easy for you to be supportive of people for short amounts of time. But what really bugs you is when they latch on or they expect you to give your all the time. There's a sense that one of the things that your life mission is saying is you need to deal with the fact of more consistency. If you're going to be supportive of people when you first start working or being friends with someone, continue to be consistent. Be flexible. Your life mission is to learn to go with the flow, be more flexible, and to realize that, like I said with Chris, not everyone has a good I'm not just not everyone has a good life. We are all learning lessons from a past life, I believe. And whatever you're dealing with right now is an opposite of what you dealt with in your other life. So my feeling is if you don't necessarily respect some of the people that you're working with, perhaps what you're seeing is them boomerang that energy back on you. And for gosh sake, respect yourself. Understand that when you think big things will happen. But when you think small things will happen. So open up your horizons and open up your ambitions, and realize that if perhaps you don't like this woman, get out of that area, get out of that specific department, go someplace higher, achieve something greater, do something that will be able to give you the respect that you wish, because this is about respect. So your mission is to be more flexible, to respect yourself, and to also respect others. And my feeling is right now, this is what you need to work on. Thanks, Emily. If I look at, we have Patrick in the room, and Patrick is from Pennsylvania. Hi, Ann Marie. Can I have a general reading? Thanks. Sure, Patrick. I will be glad to do that for you. So if we look at Patrick's life and what's going on right now, Patrick, the first thing that your reading says is you're going through a small crisis right now. I don't know what this is about, but only you do. But if you're feeling kind of chaotic, please understand that you need to stop hanging around the people or the dynamics that are dragging you down the rabbit hole. Move on. Your reading shows that sometimes you can be a little impulsive, and that maybe what's happening is you kind of jumped into something that wasn't necessarily that great for you, whether it's a relationship or whether it's a career. It seems like it's not giving you the return in your life that you want. Your reading says there's something else for you, Patrick. So use this as a lesson. I show 5 months. 5 months, Patrick. And there is a feeling that you will be going into a new chapter of your life. Remember, you're going through a situation that you jumped into too quickly. And because of that, there wasn't enough processing. Or maybe you learned that something you thought was maybe a gift needed to be thought out a little more or be more developed. There seems to be a sense that perhaps you need to develop a skill or something about what you're doing now so that it can be the magnificent direction that you want it to be. But I feel you've gone through some disappointments. You've learned a lot of lessons, and that could be causing you to be in a little bit of crisis because what you had so hoped would be working for you isn't. And my feeling is it can still work for you, but you need some more training, or you need to take an extra class, or you need to work for someone else that can give you the skills that you need. And that's what I have, Patrick. All right, if I look at we have Lena, and Lena was also in our room. And Lena's is from Tennessee, and she says, "Can I have a personal legend reading?" Thank you so much. You betcha, Lena. Personal legend reading. When I look at your legend or your calling in life, because our life legend is our calling, and after we go through our struggles, which are all part of our life lessons, we eventually find our calling becomes easier and easier, but there has to be some storms along the way. It says that your life calling, and it shows you as you have this desire for the absolute best, to have a star quality, the star. But your reading shows that for some reason, you can't be a star when you're hanging around situations that drag you down a dark rabbit hole. So what your reading is saying is that you need to, for whatever reason, 5 keeps coming up today. That's September, October, November. It's about January. It says that you need to realize that your calling is to excel in a childhood dream that you thought about, that you dreamt about, and even brought into your teenage years. But somewhere along the way, you got afraid of it. You became afraid of it. And you shoved it under the rug. And for whatever reason, you need to bring that dream out of the rug again. You need to remember that you left it. It was a calling of yours, and somewhere you have this ability to be a protector for other people. But you have to protect yourself right now in life, and it's kind of taken you off your journey of being the protector for others. I see your calling as a protector. I see your calling as helping families that are going through turmoil. I see your calling as being the person that others can rely on during broken family or broken events that are beyond their means, and that you are somebody that can help them, lead them, help them in a way that puts you in a very high status of spirituality. So follow a childhood dream. What is it? You're not here, so I can't tell you. If I were sharing your voice and energy, I could help you better with this. But it seems that your calling in life is to help those that are going through tough times. You've gone through tough times, haven't you? Now take those lessons and apply them to others. And I think that you're going to find you're in exactly the calling of your life. All right, we have Hugh. Hugh is from Maine. Good afternoon, Ann Marie. Now in my late 60s and still seeking more meaning, I would be honored to receive a legend reading, my mission in life. Thank you very much, Hugh. And if I look at what your legend reading, your calling is, the first thing that comes up is you should hang on to what is secure in your life, but your legend has something that's going to travel, that's going to take you to another maybe state, or it's going to happen in a different location than you are in now. Your legend has something to do with you have a huge amount of sacrifice, and you are somebody that is very devoted to those that you mentor and teach as a life teacher. I would say that you are a life teacher. I would say that one of the things that you're doing right now is perhaps being in an area that is not necessarily beneficial for you, and that you're going to find that your guides are going to kick you out of that area eventually. And your reading says that's when you realize that your life mission is going to lead you to a different area, to a place where you are going to be a life teacher, perhaps giving lessons to people that are of a younger age, in a skill that you have. I believe that you are a life teacher. Now, life teachers can be in any location and teach. They can't help themselves. They always find themselves in a place or somewhere where they're giving advice or teaching others. And it can be anywhere from a Cheers bar to being in a, Facebook page, or it can be in some place where you find you have people that share your mentality. In your later years really stands out as being a time that you're going to find your life teacher location. And I think that it may have to do with younger people. It could also be with people your age that need to be inspired by the lessons you've learned in your life. So, life teacher, that's what I see your mission in life is. If I look at Alice, she says, "Hello, Ann Marie. I would like a life calling reading. I am also specifically interested in knowing the timing or selling of our house, and if you are able to offer insight into that." Well, first of all, if I go into real quick, because you mentioned both, and we have 4 minutes, and I don't think I have enough time to really give you both. But your life calling, Alice, your life legend, is going to be in the fact that you help others kick ass to make decisions in their life by the lessons you learned by being fearful. There were times when you didn't take action like you should have, and now you have a huge encyclopedia inside yourself of knowledge of how to motivate people. You are a motivator. You are also somebody that is a support system for others. So learning how to motivate people, learning how to be supportive of people, and also teaching people how not to be in their comfort zone, but to embrace change. So being supportive, being able to help people to be more creative and courageous, and also helping them to not settle for less is going to be your inspiration, your support system. You are a support person that's going to aid in giving courage in this life to others. How you do it is of your own direction and the mystery of your own life. I can only tell you that's what comes through. If I look at Melissa, we have so many people here, guys, and I'm not going to be able to get to you. But I have Melissa wanting a romantic relationship for the year. We have 2 minutes, Melissa, and all I can tell you quickly in that time is to learn to trust. Make sure that you bring someone into your life that you can trust. And most of all, be strong and take your bitch pill. That means not settling for less. Bring into your life who you are. When you feel strong, when you trust, you will bring someone strong who trusts you. And that's how you're going to bring someone into your life. That's what I show. Look for someone strong, look for in their heart and soul, and look for someone you can trust. Stay away from the bad boys. Take your bitch pill. That's what I see. If I do one last reading for everybody on their weekend, on just a life mission reading for all of us, it says, be secure. Be confident this weekend. Go and do something that you wanted to do, but you keep putting off. Remember, choose to feel secure and work so that your bank account is full, not only in your heart and soul, but in everything you do. Think big, and you'll get big things done. Think small, and only small things will get done. Okay? So remember, use this weekend to embrace security. And remember, the meditation for angel messages. Close your eyes. Ask your angels, what message do you have? Count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes. And whatever you're looking at will give you the message you're looking for. Look deep into your heart and find the message. Bye.
Listening to AchieveRadio.com, the positive side of broadcasting.
Hi, I'm Ann Marie at Achieve Radio's Tarot Joy. Come on upstairs. Grab yourself a tapestry pillow and get a down-home, honest reading with 30 years Master Tarot channeling experience. In addition, I will have a weekly spiritual guest from around the world. That's 2 readings per call for you. After the show, I invite you to come on over to thecallingoflight.com. I offer PayPal readings at 15-minute or 30-minute sections of time. All yours. To thecallingoflight.com.
You're listening to AchieveRadio.com, the positive side of broadcasting.
Hi, I'm Desi Arnaz Jr. Welcome to Letting Go with Guy Finley. Guy is the best-selling author of Let Go and Live in the Now and is the founding director of nonprofit Life of Learning Foundation. And now, here's Guy Finley.
How many movies do you think you've seen, or television shows, where in one way or another, someone gets out onto a ledge somewhere, or something, a scaffolding is broken, and they're hanging onto a piece of steel, or they've got 3 fingers around a ledge, and just above them, because there's always somebody just above them, there's somebody and they're reach, and the other person, I can't reach. No, you can do it. No, I can't. And they won't even take their hands off, or if they do, they take one off and then they pull it back like this. How many times have you seen that? You can't count those times, can you? Reach, I can't. Why can't that person reach? They're afraid of falling?
They're more afraid to reach than the whole body. Afraid to let go.
The person who can't reach is indeed afraid. And because they're afraid, their fear actually produces for them the condition that they fear most. Because ultimately, if the person can't reach, they're going down. Now, what is at the root of that fear? And this is the word we're going to use tonight. The inertia of that individual. How many of you know what the word inertia means? How many of you have no idea? Inertia is a term that is connected to the innate force of matter. And in this instance, it has to do with a sort of a simple law that an object that is at rest resists anything that wants to move it. So an object in motion tends to stay in motion, an object at rest tends to stay at rest. That's not really the law of inertia, but it touches on it, that whatever is at rest, it actually endeavors to stay that way. That's what inertia is. And so an object in motion will also resist anything that wants to change the motion it's in. That's something has inertia, something resists anything that wants to act on it. So basically, inertia is a state in which matter, if you will, and we'll see how this ties into us. Inertia is a state in which something absolutely wants nothing to do with anything that wants to move it. Do you understand that? And this is one of the real principal laws in our physicality, in our existence. There is obviously physical inertia. Like this cup, in order to make it move, for those of you watching, listening, I'm pressing against my coffee cup. It takes a certain amount of force to overcome the gravity and which is inseparable from the weight of this cup. So that cup has inertia. It's inert, like a rock is inert. We're going to study tonight the existence of psychological inertia. We're going to look at something that is very important for all of us to understand if we intend to actually do this work of changing ourselves. Why? Because that which is at rest wants to remain at rest. So, first we're going to start with a fairly broad, simple idea. How many of you ever felt stuck because you knew that the thing you needed to do was to do your dishes? No, I mean, I'm sitting in my chair, I'm looking at my watch if I have one, at a clock. I'm supposed to go someplace. And if I go, I'm not going to get home until a certain hour. And then when I get home, I know I'm not going to want to do the dishes. And now the dishes are sitting there, so I have to make up my mind. I need to go do the dishes. But it's as if some giant hand descends from somewhere and just kind of holds you there and talks to you. A talking hand, a large talking hand. And basically, you are in a state of inertia. I know that I ought to do what I should do, but I can't do what I should do. Now, when a person's in this inert state, part of the inertia is the fact that something is explaining to them why they can't do what they know they should do. This should all be quite familiar to you. It was such a big day, and besides which, next year I have to go someplace. I mean, truly a whole list of thoughts that appear when a person inwardly is thinking they ought to do something, but they can't get up and do it. So would you agree that that person in that situation is kind of stuck? Yes or no? All right. Next step up. I'd like very much to tell somebody that I don't think that what they're doing is appropriate, that it's hurting me. Or I'd like to tell somebody that I love them and that I appreciate them more than I know how to say. Doesn't matter which side. And there you are, and you know that you would like to do something, but the minute that the thought of what you should do, the possibility as it appears inside of you, at the same time that it appears, there is an opposing force that appears. And it says no, or you can't, or that won't work out, or it'll be a mistake. And so you are, in that moment, again, caught in a rather inert state. Now I'm building this in scale for you, trying to show you a very particular condition in our consciousness that is a very distinct contradiction, meaning I'd like to, but I can't. I'd like to, but I won't. And the reason for it. So the next one. I'd like some new responsibility. I'd like to learn something new. I'd like to really, shake off what I've been doing and get into something that I feel would be much more promising for me.